Hey guys, got a new video here for you today. We're going to do step 2 in submitting your cards for grading. But before we do that, in a previous video, we said we'd have a giveaway, and we have a winner, and that was Count Black 99. So congrats to Count Black. We're actually going to be sending you this Tatis rookie debut card, but I'm going to borrow it today to do today's instructional video. And this is where we're going to go through the different grading services and how to prepare your card for the grading process. So in the last video, we went over inspecting your card, making sure all the corners, edges, surface, all that. I will link to that previous video in the comments. For those of you that missed out on the giveaway, we will be doing one here in the future. I'm not sure when, but it will be soon. We'll usually probably do them once a month or so. So make sure you hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on the next one. All right. The only grading company that's still letting you submit a paper copy is Beckett. So that's what we're going to go through. I don't have a good enough computer yet to actually pull that up, or any of the live streaming software of any kind. So
we'll get it one day.
Yeah, we're on our way. I've got the computer built. Now I need the peripherals, so we're going to work on that soon. All right, so I'm going to go through how you're going to fill out your form. So you've already looked your card over, right? We've already inspected it. We've used our jeweler's loops. We've done everything we can. All right, we know the corners are good. We know the surface is good. All right, so we're cool. We're ready to put this card into a card saver. So we're going to set that off to the side. And now I'm going to walk you guys through this. Could not be easier. So ship to, all right? This is your address, all right? That is not my address. If you mail something there, I don't know what will happen, but I hope no one lives there. Okay, and then how you are shipping this card. All right, so if you're going to do priority overnight, 2-day, express saver, which I believe is still FedEx ground, or international. This is how they're going to mail it back to you. They ship FedEx. So you're going to have to select one of these. All right. There's no option for, cheaping out and trying to take first class. They're not going to do it. This is for their use only. All right. This is your name and your account number. If you've submitted before, you will have an account number. If you have an account number, you are probably not watching this video. If you do want to watch this video, you know that they have already assigned you an account number. All right. So once you submit the first time, you have a new account number. There's their contact information. If anyone wants to go do this on their own, all you got to do is look up Beckett grading submission form, and this is the first PDF that'll pop up in Google. All right, now we get to the nitty gritty stuff. All right, I already kind of screwed it up. I forgot that it was not series 2. So this is for non-gaming cards, by the way. They do have submission forms for like Pokemon and all that other stuff. Those are considered gaming cards. Same with Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh, any of that stuff. All right, so make sure you're picking non-gaming, and the only way you'll know that is if it says sport. So pick a sport. Obviously we're going to do baseball. We have one card. It's a 2019 Topps update. All right, so that's the set name. So it's a 2019 update series. The card number is US 56, which is that number on the back corner. Got a piece of cat hair on the penny sleeve there. See if I can get that focus in. Doesn't matter. I promise you, it's US 56. All right. So they're not asking you for what, let's say you're submitting a card that's, a short print out of 25. They don't want to see that. They want the card number. Now, what card and player name. So it's the Tatis rookie debut. And your declared value. Okay. Declared value, you usually get away with writing down what you're seeing currently on PSA 9s or a Beckett 9. I've never had an upcharge, but if they do upcharge, it can happen. They can upcharge you. So if you say, hey, this card's worth $30 and it comes back a pristine black label 10, they might upcharge you for putting that label on there. I don't know why they do that, why that sounds fair, but it is something that will happen to somebody. Has not happened to me before, but I'm sure it has to someone else. All right, but I always put the declared value around a 9. All right, so these go for about $30. All right, and then we get to the fine print stuff. By checking this box, cards will get a numeric grade. I hope you guys all know how to read. So you're basically saying if they're trimmed, recolored, anything like that, if you guys work way too hard and try to cut these things or file down the edges, they will know. And you will not get a slab. You will get either an authentic or an altered case. And you still pay. You will not get a grade. So the second box, your cards will only be authenticated, meaning you don't want an actual grade. You just, that's for, let's say you got an inexpensive card. Sorry, I'm having an issue getting this
Go further back.
Camera to zoom or to focus here. Oh, it's getting worse.
There you go.
All right. Sorry about that. All right. Let's try to get back to where we were here. Okay. So once you've filled those out, a lot of times you're not going to want to. All right. The bottom line is most of you guys want a grade. You don't want it authenticated. If you have like a cheap autograph that you got from, some autograph day. Motherfucker, why is this being such a piece of shit? All right, here we go. All right, now you want to look at your grading options and turnaround. On the website, they will show you what the actual turnarounds are going to be. All right, so a 2-day is probably going to be close to a 2-day. All right, that's once it arrives at their facility, has been signed in and is ready to go. So if you guys screw around with these forms, they're going to take longer to try to confirm what you brought, what you filled out, all that stuff. So make sure all this stuff is on point, or that 2-day can turn into a 10-day and that 5-day can turn into a 20. And it has happened before. So no subgrades. I don't know why you would want to do that. You want to have a subgrade if you're going to do BGS. Otherwise, just use PSA. All right. So those are just for the 2, 5, 10, and 30s, okay? So here's the other ones, and these get into like bulk amounts, all right? If you're submitting 100 plus cards, I really, really, truly hope you know what you're doing. So this is not for people doing that. All right, now you got to get your calculator out, all right? So you got to calculate your fees, all right? So total number of cards, whatever the grading fee was that you filled in over here, all right? If you're going to do, a non-guaranteed, which is, it'll just show up eventually, hopefully. Usually about 6 months at this point, $12 a card. If you do over the 100, you're in bulk territory. You're gonna be waiting a while, usually over 100 days. So just do your math, all right? I know a lot of you guys don't do taxes, but these look like tax forms, all right? So just see the table, read the paperwork that they give you guys, all right? your payment option, obviously, you fill in here. If you are sending a check with the cards, just check that top line right there. Check or money order. All right. So if you go to your bank and you say, hey, I've totaled all these numbers up, blah, 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 you'll just check that. This is getting bananas. Why won't it focus on this? All right. Otherwise, you fill all this stuff out and sign it. All right. But it's that easy, guys. There's not much to it. Now, let's say this was a gold refractor. All right. You would fill that in, but they will know. They will fill that out for you if they have to. But you would just reduce that down. And when you fill these out online, it makes it a lot easier. But I just wanted to be able to show you guys something physically that you can put in your hand. Again, any kind of parallels you want to fill in under card/player name. Nothing on the back of this one, but I will show you. These are the rules and instructions. Here's what they're going to tell you. And this isn't just Beckett. This is PSA. I had a sleeve over there. A soft plastic one. Let me show you guys what a card saver looks like. I already put one out. I don't know why I don't have one for you now. Alright, some of the website or some of the videos you might see online will tell you take it out of the penny sleeve and then insert it in here. Do not do that under any circumstance. You want to make sure that your card has been wiped down, like I showed in the last video.
With this?
Alright, yeah. You want to use...
It's like a sunglass cloth.
Yeah, it's a microfiber cloth. You don't want to jam it all the way down in there. You don't want to jam anything anywhere. And then all you need to do is button it up like you would do when you're shipping a card. Just a little piece of blue tape right there at the top. And then you'll load it into your box like that. Or flat, however you're loading your box. And I'll show you how PSA tells you to submit theirs. And this is on their website. You can just go to PSA submission instructions. All right. So I'm going to start at step 4 for that because I just showed you all the other stuff.
You can put a link in the description too for the PSA.
Yeah. So with PSA, they're only doing online submission. So I'll skip past that. That stuff is walkthrough stuff, guys. If you've ever ordered anything online or if you've ever done anything on the internet, you know how to fill in your name and address and what your card is and all that stuff. And I just showed you. BGS is no different from PSA on how you're going to describe your card. All right. They really think that you should double these up because the way packages can get handled. I'm sure some of you have had packages delivered that were not in the best of shape. These are semi-rigid card holders. They're not designed to protect. Now, PSA has said they will accept them in a top holder temporarily while there's a shortage on these Ultra Pros, card savers, and I know someone else makes them. The reason they want them in this, they don't want to have to reach in here or try to knock your card out and do any kind of damage. What they want to be able to do is take a pair of snips, snip it, and pops right out. All right. Or the top will tear. All right. It makes it way easier for them and less ability to damage your card. All right. Especially if you're sending something very high end. All right. So use bubble wrap, styrofoam peanut. So whenever you're ordering cards or ordering anything from Amazon, just save the packing material. You'll be able to do it. So box inside a box, Inception style, baby. All right. So the cards will go inside of the small one Make sure they're loosely packed, okay? And then you're going to pack that in styrofoam peanuts inside of another box. You have boxes. If not, you go down the street and pick some up. Go to the grocery store, go to the gas station. Just ask if they have any sitting around. You'll make your submission online. You'll print it out. That will go inside of the box. Okay? So you'll have the submission online. They'll have the submission number. You'll ship it out however you want. If you want to do FedEx overnight and pay $70 or whatever it costs from wherever you are, do that. I'm not going to tell you how to price your stuff up, but make sure that you build that price into each card, especially if you have any kind of intent on reselling, because you want to know how much you're spending per card to get these things graded and how fast you want to get them back. And again, if you don't fill the forms out properly, they're not going to put them into the system as quickly. But you see, I basically just showed you how it's not rocket science, guys. You go soft, semi-rigid, stack them, make sure they're in there tightly, all right, but not too tight. Make sure you bring, this is actually for their card show submissions, but it's not any different, guys. You want to make sure that they're snug in there, not too tight. That goes in with that box. All right. There are other ways that you can submit. So if you have some that are going express and then some that are going bulk or whatever, go through the instructions. If you have any real questions, you can ask me. But go to whoever you're grading through. SGC is pretty much exactly the same, guys. You're just going to go online and do it. If for whatever reason, when you're submitting online, I know I don't have a way to show you right now, but they'll have drop-down boxes for you. All right, and it'll say, okay, first type in, 2019 Topps Update Series, and then maybe you have I know obviously you probably don't have it, because Phil Hughes has it, but the Superfractor Auto, okay, there's not going to be a drop-down menu for that. When you go and you look, it'll give you an option to fill in your own information. And they will confirm that when they're doing their grading. And you'll be able to go in there and look at the process. So all you want to do, guys, you got your soft, your penny sleeve, and then the semi-rigid. You can use these or whatever you want. Actually, they're allowing top loaders. So again, however you want, just make sure they're not slipping around inside of the box. Make sure the box will not get crushed. And if the box does get crushed, there's another box inside. Don't submit one at a time. You guys are going to pay a fortune, not just to grade the card, but you're going to pay a fortune in shipping. I recommend send at least 10. If you don't have 10 cards worth sending in, you don't have one. Unless you've got something just ridiculous, off the hook, crazy, wild, expensive that you gotta have now, and you got a guy waiting on the other side that's gonna pay 20 grand if you got a PSA 10. Look at your expenses. Look at what you're charging your account to do this stuff, because it is not cheap. There are also options on there to set minimum grades. So when you fill these forms out online, you can say, look, I don't want that card in a slab unless it's a 9.5 or better. If it doesn't 9.5, they will send it back to you in another Ultra Pro or Card Saver. I don't believe they will reuse your stuff, but you will get it back, and they will have a sticker across it that says min or DNM, something like that. Did not meet minimum. But you will get your card back. They don't just throw it in the trash. You get to do whatever you want with it after that. If you want to submit somewhere else, you can. Outside of that, guys, there's not much to it. I mean, if you can go online, if you've ever ordered anything, all these services are free to set up an account. A lot of people think you have to have a PSA membership. That's not true. You can submit as many as you want. But if you want to do bulk, then you have to have the membership. But if you're doing bulk orders and you're using PSA, you're not watching this video. You don't need to. All right, guys. Any questions, comments, leave them below. Make sure you like, make sure you hit that notification bell because we will be doing a giveaway soon. This one again going out to Count Black. Hopefully he likes Fernando Tatis Jr.